This program is rated PG. It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Be advised that the views and opinions of the hosts and guests do not reflect those of the station.
In their indictments, they say I left the networks open to further attack, but the networks were completely open to attack, and I never had to break into them. It was like logging on.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Philippines Uncut. I'm your host, Buddy Kananan. Now, in this show, we talk about everything under the sun, and tonight's topic is about IT security. You know, folks, we are living in a very wired and interconnected world. In fact, because of the advent of mobile and internet technology, a lot of us do a lot of online transactions. In fact, it's not uncommon for people nowadays to buy things on the internet or to do online banking. And because of this, a lot of our personal and financial information is out there stored in many databases, both in the real and virtual world. Now, this begs the question, how safe are our transactions? How safe is the information we're putting out there? And joining us today to talk about some of these issues is Nap Castillo, and he is the regional pre-sales consultant of a company called FORTINET, which is the forefront of protecting databases all around the world. So, Nap, good evening. Welcome to Philippines Uncut.
Thank you for having me here, buddy.
Yes, and no, it's alam mo, Lap, itong topic na to is very interesting kasi, you know, I've always wanted to feature this. At the same time, as a consumer, as someone who does, you know, online banking and who also buys things on the internet, sa Amazon,
Yes.
booking airline tickets, I'm also very concerned, no?
Yes, correct.
About all this internet security and hacking issues, no?
Yes, correct.
Before we talk about that, pag-usapan natin yung your company, which is FORTINET, and your background. Let's talk about your background first. Tell us a bit about yourself.
Okay, I'm electronics and communications engineer by profession. I'm a FORTINET certified network security professional. I'm also a certified ethical hacker and certified security analyst by EC Council.
Okay, yeah. Interesting. Okay, interesting. Sa umpisa pa lang, marami na ako tatanong sa'yo. Okay. Okay, before we talk about that, you work for a company called FORTINET. What is FORTINET all about?
FORTINET is a security company. We are the leading security vendor, and our headquarters is based in Sunnyvale, California. The company was founded in 2000, and basically we provide security solutions to global top 100 customers, like 7 of top 10 global financial institutions, aerospace and government defense,
Wow.
Yeah.
So yung clients, your clients are spread out over private sector and public sector.
Yes, correct. Not only the Philippines, but as well as in other parts of the world.
Interesting.
Yeah.
No? Kasi alam mo, I showed this video earlier before we came on, and we showed some of the notorious and famous or infamous hackers. And it showed nga their accomplishments in the hacking field. Yung isa, hacked NASA, hacked the Pentagon, hacked Microsoft, whatever, no, like that, no. So talagang this is a very real threat, no. Itong online, intrusions, online crime, hacking,
Yes,
so to speak. Oh.
And hacking is everywhere, no? Hindi lang natin napapansin, no?
Okay.
Dito sa Pilipinas, we consider it as a network downtime, but in fact,
Nice word. Okay,
most
go.
of these supposedly network downtime are due to hacking.
Really?
attacks.
Really?
Yeah, like denial of service attacks coming from different parts of the world.
Ayan.
Those countries that are not our friends.
Wait, define that. When you say those countries who are not our friends, what do you mean by that?
Like, for example, if you remember the incident of the Taiwanese fisherman shot
Yes,
by our...
yes. Yung Coast Guard, very controversial,
Yes,
sure.
correct. We experienced a lot of
Yeah.
attacks coming from Taiwan and China.
Yes. So, it's very interesting that, yes, I do remember that, and very controversial. It's a very controversial topic and very controversial incident where our Coast Guard people had a conflict with Taiwanese fishermen, and because of this, it really hurt our diplomatic relations nga with Taiwan. And so, because of that, I'm sure that China, like Taiwan, are really, these two countries are the forefront of information technology, and they really have a lot of professionals who are involved in IT, and I'm sure that a lot of hacking really does come from some of these countries. And now these days, cyber warfare is, it's not really warfare per se in the old sense. Na yung before it was all warfare on the battlefield. Now it is actually warfare in cyberspace.
Yes, correct. Actually, the World War III
Yeah.
is perceived to be not only war of firepower, but as well as cyberspace war.
Yes, very interesting. Now, you are an ethical hacker. What does it mean to be an ethical hacker? Pwede ba yun nag-hack ka na ethical?
Yes.
Parang misnomer, no? Kasi pag sabing hacking, parang you're doing something that shouldn't be done. You're going someplace you shouldn't go, right?
Yeah, actually there are several types of hackers. The black hat hackers are those really bad guys.
Black hat hackers.
Yes.
All right?
The ethical hackers are those good guys. We call ourselves as white hat hackers.
Okay.
And the combination of good and bad in between are those gray hat hackers. So they do both good and they do bad hacking.
Okay. Now, okay. Question. You are a white hat hacker. How can you be a good hacker?
Yeah, as an ethical hacker, I help customers to identify possible vulnerabilities on their networks.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
by
all right.
doing penetration service, penetration testing, and vulnerability assessment.
So you use your talent and your skill, and you purposely try to enter a system to test its vulnerability. Alam mo, there was a movie, it was called Sneakers, in the mid-1990s, in Robert Redford's, in Dan Aykroyd's, in the late River Phoenix, called Sneakers, because their job of their firm was to try to break into systems, and they would get paid. Kasi nga malalaman yung mga vulnerabilities ng mga kumpanya.
Yes, correct. Actually,
This is what you do.
Yes, this is what I do. And actually, most of the financial institutions are required to undergo penetration testings on a periodical basis to identify. Yeah.
So parang to, kung let's say from the white side, you go to the dark side, hasakan na.
That's dangerous. That's dangerous.
Hasakan na.
Nangyayari yun, nangyayari.
Okay. Now, let's define first, what is hacking para sa mga nanonood sa atin? What do you mean when you say you hack
Well,
system?
hacking is an attempt to exploit. No? When we say exploit, try to make use of whatever vulnerabilities we can find on the system. So vulnerabilities normally are being caused by the use of pirated software, use of free softwares that can be downloaded
Wow,
from the
really?
internet.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, like for example, if you want to install very expensive software on your computer or on your mobile phone,
Yes.
normally you have your phone jailbroken or your Android device to be rooted
Yes.
to install freeware.
Yes.
And without our knowing, these freeware or free softwares are infected with Trojan or viruses.
Yes.
And these viruses exploits or serves as a tool for cyber criminals to exploit known vulnerabilities within the system.
So what you're saying is it's actually very dangerous to make use of these free software that you download on the internet or for your phone, for your laptop. Your
Not
PC.
all. There are legitimate free software, but of course we need to make sure that we have the proper security in place of our devices, like updated antivirus software, firewall, everything.
And of course, I guess you have to make sure before you go to a site, it's a reputable site. It's a reputable source for,
Yes,
for free
correct.
software. Kasi marami namang free, di ba? Yung AVG, things like that. You can download free
Yes,
antivirus and things like that, no?
And we need to know the reputation or the reports, the review against these free software. Is there any feedback of this software has an embedded malware in it? Yun, no? So may kailangan nating malaman.
Talagang scrutinize muna natin
Yes.
yung source bago tayo mag-download o
Yes, we need to-
mag-access ng site nila.
Yes, we need to do our due diligence in identifying possible threats underlying this free software.
And the possible effect of this, let's say on a personal level, let's say kung meron akong let's say laptop or device and I downloaded something with some of this Trojans as you
Yeah.
said, di ba? Anong possible effect nun sa akin?
Your device can be used by the owner of the malware to launch a massive attack against a specific targeted organization. Like, for example, spamhouse.org
Yeah.
was bombarded with denial of service attacks. And these attacks comes from those computers infected with malware. We call them zombies. Kasi,
Zombies, alright?
Yeah, they do not know that they are part of this massive attack towards a specific organization.
Because they themselves are infected already.
Yes, and
Oo.
another possible thing that can happen is most of your personal information is stored on the same device can
Makukuha
be
nila, they
stolen.
can get it,
Yes.
di ba? And as I said, a lot of people now, they buy things on Amazon, di ba? Yung sa
Yes.
credit card, di ba?
Yeah.
Credit card number at yung the numbers in the back, ayun lang hinihingi. At
Yes,
then
correct.
yung-
And they can even implant key logging software, which basically
Wow.
logs everything.
that you,
like
that
your
you-
username,
on
your password,
and someone
the credit card
remotely can
numbers.
get that.
Yes, correct. Correct.
Wow, dangerous, ha?
So it's,
Katakot. Okay,
dangerous.
how does one protect one's... Okay, Mamia, let's talk about the second segment kasi medyo mahabang pag-usapan yun. How
Okay.
do we protect ourselves from that? And I'm sure a lot of viewers now who do mga ganyan, mga online purchasing and are also very worried, no?
Yes, yes.
Now, ano yung profile ng hacker? I mean, who are these hackers usually? I mean, is there a profile or a typical person or typical profile of a group of people who do this kind of thing?
Well, most of the time, these hackers you cannot easily identify. Like, for example, the Anonymous group is very famous for their
Yes, I've seen them online. Sa,
Yes.
sa YouTube, nakita ko yung parang mga anarchist sila.
for their
Oh,
hacktivism,
yes.
right?
Hacktivism.
We call them hacktivists
Nice.
because they launch attacks towards a specific organization whenever they are not happy with what this organization is doing. Unfortunately, this group of people, those members of anonymous group, also don't know each other.
Wow.
You know?
So
They
parang
they
talagang
might be talking to each other, but
Yes.
they don't know that they belong to the same group.
Ang galing nila. Ang galing
Yeah.
nila. Wait, Nap, hold that thought because we have to pause for a break.
Okay.
But more of Philippines Uncut and IT security when the show returns.